going to be tough. We all know that, but yeah, we're up for it. It's a meeting that means a lot, and we ride behind our flag, and yeah, it's much more than just a race. So yeah, we're up for it, and we'll give it 110% and see where we end up. But yeah, we're pushing to make it through, and that's what we come here for.
So this is how the 2021 Speedway of Nations pans out over 2 race weekends. We have semi-finals 1 and 2 here in the city of Daugavpils, Latvia, after which we travel to Manchester in the UK for the finals in October. This weekend we'll see 14 teams over 2 nights battle it out to decide who reaches the grand final. Great Britain have already qualified as the host nation, and we kick off tonight with USA, Poland, Czech Republic, Denmark, Slovenia, Sweden and Finland, from which 3 will go to Manchester. Here's a reminder of the scoring system. 4 points for a heat win, 3 for second, 2 for third and 0 points for finishing last. As a result, there'll be no drawn heats, with second and third place scoring a total of 5, giving the team that avoids last place a 5-4 heat win over a country taking first and fourth.
Hello everybody, welcome along the Monster Energy FIM Speedway of Nations semi-final 1 tonight, where we'll have 3 more countries joining Great Britain in Manchester. Tonight it's the Locomotive Stadium from Daugavpils, around about a 3-hour drive from Riga, the capital city of Latvia. And we've got an interesting matchup for the first race of the night, with the USA in the red and blue helmet colours and Poland with the white and yellow helmet colours. Kelvin Tatum is alongside me, looking forward to the action. Big night for nations like the USA, who are ranked as outsiders to qualify, Kel.
Yeah, they are, and they've got 2 youngsters in the side now. Their experienced campaigners have now retired, Greg Hancock being the last of those, of course. Brock Nicol and Luke Becker are teammates in the UK. We see them riding regularly in the Premiership there. Becker's actually got a reasonable amount of experience at this level, having represented the United States of America on several occasions. But they are up against it, and they are particularly up against it in heat number 1 with the world champion representing Poland coming out with Dominik Kubera.
Yes, it is that.
I'll tell you one thing, Nigel, sorry to talk over you. It looks a bit chilly there. It looks like winter may have come a little early, but we are fortunate because the weather forecast a couple of days ago was for rain. That is not the case. People have got their hats and their jackets on and their gloves. But let's hope that the action warms us all up. It is a fair drive from Riga, the capital. We've done it several times, but it's a super speedway track. There's no doubt about that, so we're looking forward to getting underway very shortly.
Yeah, we have seen some good racing in Grand Prix action here in Daugavpils, the Locomotive Stadium, and for sure Bartosz Marslik will relish the conditions around this track as we build up to the first race of the night. Wherever you're watching in the world, around the globe, on the live stream, or whatever device you're using to watch the action tonight, we welcome you along and hope you enjoy our coverage over the next 2.5 hours or so. It's going to be fast and furious. As per the GP, there'll be grading breaks regularly after heats 4, 8, 12, 16 and 21. And then we have a one-off race-off to decide the third place nation to join the teams in Manchester. So a little bit of work on Bartosz Marslik's bike, a little bit of last-minute preparation. But a big night for the USA here, up against the best in the world in Bartosz Marslik. Yes, so here we go with the opening race of the night then in the Monster Energy FIM Speedway of Nations. Brock Nickel and Luke Becker up against Bartosz Smarslik and Dominik Kubera. Smarslik, of course, the back-to-back champion of the world. Good to see him here. Good to see him representing his country. There are some riders, for various reasons, that are not in the semi-final stages over this weekend. Certainly Artem Laguta is one of them, and also Matej Zegar of Slovenia, who's not here tonight, but his country are. Watching on is the young USA reserve, Blake Borello. Brock Nickel and Luke Becker are the USA partnership, both ride for Wolverhampton in the British Speedway scene, and Bartosz Smarslik and Dominik Kubera for Poland. So it is USA up against Poland in the opening race of the night. A reminder, 4 points for a win, 3 for second, 2 for third, nothing for finishing last. Team manager's advice, quite simply, avoid a last place, and a little bit of a movement on the inside gate didn't help the USA there. Luke Becker very, very nervous indeed, and Poland are off and running. It is Bartosz Smarslik in the white helmet, Dominik Kubera in yellow. But Luke Becker was extremely nervous there. He's got third spot as things stand. Man at the back is Brock Nickel right now, but Becker didn't help himself there, Kelv.
No, he was impatient on the start line and nervous. Track is super, super slick in this opening race. We did witness the track preparation prior to racing commencing, and a lot of tar packing going on. And the Polish boys out of gates 2 and 4 made it look quite easy. They're on a 7-point haul at this stage. You can see Bartosz Smarslik there just running a little bit wide. He's keeping an eye on Kubera. Kubera, of course, had a fabulous run in those back-to-back Grand Prix in his home club in Lublin. They're into the last lap. And this is I think this is pretty much what we expected from this heat. The experience of the Polish boys coming to the fore with Becker. Well, he's trying everything he can in third.
Yeah, Smarslik riding a nice line around the outside and just looking over his shoulder for Kubera. As you said, very impressive in Lublin in the GP as wildcard. And it's a perfect start for Team Poland with Smarslik and Kubera. Let me just check. 4 for a win, 3 for second. Are we doing our programmes right?
That makes 7.
Yes, are we doing our programmes correctly?
2 for third, that makes 2.
Yes, so important to remember that when you're filling a race card in the Speedway of Nations. The only time, really, when you go 4-3-2-0 to encourage a bit of team riding. Dream start, 7-2 in favour of Poland. A reminder, the top 2 after 21 races go through to Bellevue, and there will be a race-off for the third team to go through. Appearing for the first time tonight, Timo Lahti in red and Tero Arnio in the blue helmet colours. 2 riders very familiar to our British viewers. And Brock Nickel and Luke Becker. Yes, Luke Becker on a warning after his movement at the start of heat number 1 tonight, but a quick turnaround, because here they are in heat number 4. And America already know that they have to strike a blow here against Finland. Yeah. Perhaps more of an even spread of rider in this race.
What I would say is that the Americans have got an advantage. They've already had a ride. So that's where this system doesn't quite stand up, with Finland having their first ride, but we'll wait and see, because I think they've got gates 1 and 3, gates 2 and 4 for the Americans this time. Luke Becker, I think, is a race winner here. I fancy him.
Well, we shall see. It's heat 4 of the semi-final 1 of the Monster Energy FIM Speedway of Nations.
What a start
that is from the man in the white helmet colour, Brock Nickel, and Luke Becker is alongside him. This is better from the USA. Luke Becker in yellow, Brock Nickel in the white helmet colour. And charging around the outside here is Timo Lahti of Finland, really putting pressure on Brock Nickel there in the first race. I wonder whether Christer Gardell considered putting the red light on there, but no tapes were touched. And here once again comes Timo Lahti, just putting a bit of pressure on Brock Nickel of the USA.
Well, Timo Lahti knows this place well. He rode for the club for a couple of years, maybe 3 seasons, I think he said. And he's coming on strong in third place. Nickel made a fantastic start. He's not getting any help at all from his teammate Becker, who's cleared off out in front. Nickel is well and truly on his own. He's the captain of America. Timo Lahti, I'll tell you what, he's coming on. Could we see the first overtake? 1 lap to go. Nickel is having to ride a defensive line around the inside, excuse me. Becker is on the outside. He's cleared off. Lahti, will he be able to get up the inside? No, I don't think so. Should be 7 points to Team USA.
Yes, and down to the line. Lahti's having a go. Oh, I think Nickel just about held on. Good effort Really good effort from Timo Lahti there, but you know, this tournament is all about team riding, avoiding last place, and I don't want to sound critical too much here, but maybe Luke Becker could have looked over his shoulder a little bit and slowed down a touch.
Oh yeah, definitely. There was no team riding going on at all, and the Americans are famous for it, but for Becker there, he hit the front and was enjoying himself. Brock Nickel was under a lot of pressure back in second place, but he held on with a lot of pressure coming on from Timo Lahti out of the last corner. 7 points to USA, though.
Yep, 7 points to Team USA, moves them on to 9, which means they are ahead in the meeting after 4 heats. But the other nations have got a race in hand. So there you have it so far. We've had 4 races. There are 21 in total before the last chance race-off. The top 2 nations after 21 heats will go directly to Manchester to join Great Britain. And then we have a last chance race-off. But my goodness me, Brock Nickel was a little bit eager there, Kelv.
Well,
I think it's a perfect start.
I agree, and I think that he didn't move before the tapes. He made a fantastic jump.
Did he gamble?
Don't think he did, you know. I just think he was really sharp because he doesn't move an inch before the tapes go off. I think he's just got a really good start.
He's been watching videos of you.
He has, and on this day, I think I made a couple of starts at Bradford that day when we won.
Yes.
So that may have been one of those he watched. But Lahti came on strong at the end, but couldn't quite get the better of him. Track is really difficult to overtake. Not a lot of extra grip out there to try and make it work. It's a chilly evening there for sure. They're 2 hours in front of us here in London, so hence that's why we're on air a little bit earlier than normal. But for Luke Becker, that was an improved ride from him. And 9 points from their 2 outings, they'll be relatively pleased.
Yes, indeed. We're going to hear from some riders and managers very soon. What about the USA? Steve Evans is the man who's made the journey across the Atlantic. We can hear from him now.
Steve Evans with us, team manager of Team USA. Well, what can you say about your first start, your team first starts? Because as the only team in this in the first set, they had a chance to appear on the track twice.
Yeah, it's we're happy with that. I mean, the first heat against Poland is not the draw any country wants, but to come back with a 7-2 so strongly is fantastic. We'll take that.
And what can you say about young Blake Borello? Because as far as I know, it's his debut in the European tracks.
First time in Europe. He's a great kid, taking it all in his stride. You know, he's here to learn and have fun.
Speedway of Nations for you last year wasn't possible because the semi-finals were cancelled due to the ongoing pandemic. But you are back in action. What does that mean to you?
You know, World Championship Speedway for American riders is just everything. These guys, they give it everything. This is something that they look forward to, and there's so many young kids in America racing Speedway. These guys racing are inspiration for them, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Steve Evans, the USA team manager, is originally from Wolverhampton. He's a black country boy, but he's lost the accent.
I was going to say, the dialect is well.
They don't speak like that round Wolverhampton, I'm telling you.
Lad. Right, Steve sounding like a Southern Californian there, but quite clearly happy to be representing his adopted country. I'm pleased that they picked up the maximum score in their second outing. Speedway has not been out of the top draw yet. I'm hoping to see some more of proper Speedway coming up. I'm some points from their first 2 outings, so all going swimmingly well for them. And we've got heat number 8 coming out with the Americans and the Czech Republic.
Brock Nickel and Luke Becker up against Václav Milik and Joseph Frank. This could be a handy race, a decent race to watch. And we know this Locomotive Stadium in Daugavpils has provided some great entertainment. I remember seeing the Latvian boys getting stuck in here previously and really creating a fantastic atmosphere. They'll be here tomorrow night for the second semi-final, but this is heat number 8. It is Brock Nickel in red and Luke Becker in blue for Team USA, and Václav Milik and Joseph Pepe Frank for the Czech Republic. Heat number 8. 2 of the lesser nations here, and they do sit still on the start line, thankfully, that time, and that's a good start from Luke Becker in the blue helmet colour. We have seen him appear in the old World Cup format as well. I remember saying at the time, remember the name, Luke Becker, and he's got the lead here for Team USA, but can Brock Nickel, his teammate and partner, get around into third spot and get a heat advantage for USA? Charging hard in white here for the Czech Republic is Václav Milik. Pepe Frank is the man in yellow, being chased hard by Brock Nickel. And Pepe Frank, 42 years of age these days, just holding that third spot. This would be a race advantage. Oh dear me, Václav Milik. If he stays like this, the Czech Republic win this race 5-4.
They do indeed, and Pepe Frank having to work overtime to get the better of Brocky Nickel, who's out the back. Luke Becker made a good getaway, and it's going to be his first race win of the night for him individually. But Frank in third place with Milik in second, of course. That's a heat advantage to the Czech Republic, unless Brock Nickel can do something about it on this last lap. Doesn't look like he's going to quite manage to do that, but Becker out in front, that's a handy ride from him.
Yeah, he's a good rider, Luke Becker. Excellent rider, and that's 4 big points for the USA, but Brock Nickel couldn't land a blow, and so it's a race advantage for the Czech Republic with 3 points for second and 2 for third. They win that race by 5 points to 4. And let's just confirm the result for you after 8 races in Daugavpils. Luke Becker first, Václav Milik second, Josef Frank third. 5-4 in favour of Czech Republic. USA on 13, Czech Republic 9. It's Poland and Sweden who lead the way.
Stirred him, but fair play to him. He gave it everything.
Yes, indeed. So now we move on to the 11th race of the night. And we have Sweden in red and blue. And we have the USA in white and yellow. We're still waiting to see Blake Borello, the USA reserve.
Is that how you say it in
America?
America?
It's a proper US name, isn't it?
Blake Borello. Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him ride.
Yes. And he's one of those riders that I'd never heard of until doing prep for this event. Freddie Lindgren and Pontus Aspgren for the Swedes, and Brock Nickel and Luke Becker, the stars in stripes for the USA here in heat number 11.
Absolutely, and got to say that America, who picked up some reasonable points last time with a 4, they're looking for a little bit more than that, but up against Sweden, that's not going to be easy. Brock Nickel just a little bit off the pace in the last one. Can he turn it around here?
Yes, indeed, and it's a good start this time. Freddie Lindgren in the red helmet colour, no major surprise there. He's gone wide and in the drive and in the dirt, but the USA boys are holding second and third here right now with Brock Nickel in white and Luke Becker in yellow. This would be a 5-4 win, and Luke Becker does look over his shoulder. Now, this is awkward for Nickel. Which way does he go? Because he's going to be attacked by Pontus Aspgren. Nickel has gone wide, and Aspgren has got the opportunity up the inside here for third spot, but Nickel holds the line. But it looks as though Aspgren has got more speed here, and Nickel is under severe pressure for Team USA to hang on for third spot, which would give them a 5-4 advantage. But yet again, Luke Becker kicking on.
Well, but in the context of the meeting, Nigel, this is significant because you don't want to be running last places, and when the top 3 favourites, Denmark, Sweden and Poland, running a last here for Aspgren, not good news. No. Brock Nickel not doing Sweden any favours at all, doing favours for his own country, of course. Freddie Lindgren is away, but he's gone down at the back there. That's a nasty looking fall there for Aspgren.
Yes, let's hope he's going to be okay. The race is concluded, and a 5-4 for Team USA, but Aspgren is up, which is great to see. But Aspgren naturally does not finish the race, and that is a 5-4 advantage for Team USA, puts them on to 18 points now. Freddie Lindgren gets the victory for Sweden and puts them on to 18 as well. So Sweden level,
yeah, well, that
with
might be costly,
USA.
That might be costly,
yeah,
because USA have come back into it, but it does mean that when they come up against one of the major nations, Sweden have got to overturn them because they've dropped points there. And as I say, let's hope that Aspgren's okay, because it was a bit of a nasty looking fall coming out of turn 2.
Becker and Nickel pack the minor placings there, and I say Sweden level with the USA on 18, but Sweden do have a race in hand, which is quite significant here in heat number 11 as we build up to heat number 12. I can tell you, early news coming through is that Miskowiak is coming in for Cabrera for the Poles in the blue helmet colour. So Jakub Miskowiak coming in for Dominic Cabrera in the next.
Yeah, good start from Luke Becker out of gate number 2. Brock Nickel there just forced wide by Freddie Lindgren. but Lindgren's in the right place at the right time, in that grip round the outside, and fires himself to the front and has a straightforward race for the 4 points in front. Luke Becker is actually quite comfortable in second place. Brock Nickel is uncomfortable in third. Aspergren puts him under a lot of pressure. That was a moment there where Becker could have looked. You can see the inexperience between these two young riders from America. Yeah. That's why he fell off. We didn't actually see that, but we've seen it now. And that's an awkward one. But that bike's going to be a bit beaten up, isn't it?
Is that the track, Kelv?
Yeah, the track's on too.
Now, this is a big race for the Americans, Kelv. You've got Brock Nickel and Luke Becker in red and blue. They're still not using Blake Borello quite yet. And you've got Matic Ivacic and Nick Scoria for the Slovenian side. If the USA can pick up 7 points here, they might squeak a place in the runoff. And it's Brock Nickel and Luke Becker who's on a warning, and Matic Ivacic, who's ridden well tonight, has been a nuisance, and Nick Scoria. That's the best way I can describe him. He's been a nuisance.
Not to himself or his
Don't
team.
mean like my 13,
not to his team. His team manager's
yeah.
actually quite, not like, when you want to get the tablets away to bed or get your homework done. But Ivacic has done well, and he has been a nuisance to the opposition. And he's ridden strongly for his country tonight. But this is, you're right, Nige, this is an opportunity for America to make sure that they put the pressure on the three favourites in Denmark, Sweden and Poland. Big race for the USA here.
The USA's fifth outing, 7 points would put them on to 25 and be a big boost in their hopes to finish. What's happened there? Away from the start. Well, it's the Slovenian boys who've made an absolute beauty there with Ivacic and Scoria. This is disaster, absolute disaster for Team USA here. But for Slovenia, with Nick Scoria in yellow and Ivacic in white, Becker's trying hard here. Becker tried to get the pass on the inside, but Slovenia on a 7-2 right now, and Becker comes through. He's trying to split them, but then he's outpaced again down the home straight by Matic Ivacic. I told you he'd been a nuisance. Becker trying the inside run again, splits them finally for the USA, but it's not good enough for Steve Evans' side.
No, this is an opportunity missed. We didn't actually see the start. We were looking at the trophy, which was bizarre, which was awful, but Luke Becker now up the inside. We're not looking at the right one. Luke Becker once again, we missed it, but unfortunately, fortunately for America, got to say that Luke Becker out in front with a lap to go is now pouring away, but Brock Nickel at the back, that's disappointment for USA. Good effort from Becker though.
Yeah, big
big bonus for America.
Wow, Nick Scoria bins it on the last turn, and that hands the USA
6 points.
6 points when it looked like a 7-2 to Slovenia.
Wow, what a turnaround that is, Nigel, and that's a bit of good fortune that every now and again you need. They missed the start badly, although we didn't see it, but nonetheless, Luke Becker worked really hard for his 4 points, and Brock Nickel gifted 2 points coming out of the last corner when Scorja bit the dust going through that pit corner, but yeah, unpredictable racing here this evening, but for America, wow, that could just be what they needed.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered. You need your luck occasionally in Speedway, and that's exactly what the USA had there to gather 6 points against Slovenia's 3.
Yeah.
And the USA now are on 24 points, well ahead of fifth place Finland, even though Finland have got a race in hand.
Yeah, they'll make fourth,
they'll
America.
Make fourth, and they'll go into a race off for Manchester.
Yeah, absolutely. So fair play. Luke Becker rode a stormer here. Then now we actually see the race start. And super stuff from Slovenia away from the tapes. America was sleeping on the start there. And look how far adrift they are before they even complete the first lap. Got to say that Scorja and Ivacic was sharp away from the tapes, clear from the Americans. Don't quite know what was going on there, whether they were caught out by the tapes going up very quickly. But Luke Becker, well and truly in the thick of the action here, and does remarkably well to come from third to first. Really has to work hard initially to get the better of Ivacic, but once he gets there, he then takes on Scorja and comes through into first place and wins quite comfortably. And as I say, a nice little gift for the Americans and Brock Nickel when Scorja fell off in that last corner and gifted 2 extra points for them. Becker riding out of his skin. Here we see the Slovenia going down there, Scorja, and Brock Nickel picking up 2 points. The Americans have got a chance here now.
Yes, they have, and anything could happen in a one-off race-off, can't it?
Yeah.
You just never know. Anyway, let's hear from Brock Nickel of the USA now, down in the pits area.
Luke Becker here with us. First of all, I need to ask you about the last heat, heat number 15, because that was a massive action you've made on this track.
Yeah, the track's starting to get a little bit rough, of course, and it's a lot different from the beginning of the meeting. So we're just trying to adapt, kind of make some bike changes to make it just not so aggressive, a little bit easier to ride, and hopefully we can just keep it moving in that direction.
And how would you rate your performance so far? Because it looks pretty satisfying.
Yeah, no, it's been good on my end, and even Brock, we've pulled through a lot more than probably other people would have expected. So we can't do nothing but be happy with ourselves so far, and hopefully we can just secure a spot to go to Manchester.
I would like to ask you also about the overall season, because it looked pretty busy for you as you raced in Sweden, in Poland, in UK as well. How would you rate yourself so far?
It's definitely been busy, but that's I'd much rather be that way than the other way around and sitting around. So it's a long way from home. We come over here to do our job, and being on the bike as much as possible is definitely something that makes you better overall, and just getting time on the bike and experience is what we're here for. So hopefully we can end the season on a high note. We still have some playoffs in Sweden and Wolverhampton, so we can hopefully win the league with one of those, and I'll be happy.
In the next few years, what would be your main goal? What are your hopes and predictions for the upcoming future?
I'd say just as everybody else, of course, I want to make it into Grand Prix. I'm nowhere near close to it yet, but that's my ultimate goal, and hopefully I can just keep progressing and keep crawling up the ladder. So that's, like I said, that's everybody's goal, and hopefully I can get there.
Good luck then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good talker, Luke Becker. That was Luke Becker, by the way, not Brock Nicol. We were told we were going
to... That's Blake Borello.
It is Blake Borello.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah, he's in the wide helmet.
Steady now. Okay. Steady now.
Cheers.
You're from the West Midlands.
No, I'm from Yorkshire.
Okay, all right. But they still don't speak like that in Yorkshire either.
They don't.
Poland are just about in charge. I don't think Bartosz Marslik is completely comfortable out there. He's had a couple of moments, and he was a little bit steady in his line. And somebody's going to miss out between those top four. You would think it would be USA. You would think so. But with Blake Borello coming out here, is that a mistake to have waited so long? Maybe. I'll tell you what, because he's got no experience at all. For him to get points, so all the pressure on Luke Becker here to try and split the poles to get something out of this race.
The big concern for USA to try and finish third, finish third on the night is that Denmark have still, but Denmark have still got a race in hand. I think USA will finish fourth. So we'll see. It's Madsen and Mikkelsen here, and it is Blake Borello and Luke Becker. So a World Cup debut, a Speedway of Nations debut for Blake Borello of the USA is an absolutely huge moment for him.
Yeah, this is almost an impossible task for the youngster, because he's had to wait so long for his ride. He'll be cold. No idea how the track's going to behave for him. So a huge task for a youngster.
It's certainly not Costa Mesa or Ventura with the barbecue and the sunshine. No. Here we go. He's 18. Yes, so heat number 18, 4 heats to go to decide the top two who automatically qualify for Manchester. And then we have a one-off race-off. Madsen and Mikkelsen for the Danes, Blake Borello, the under-21, and Luke Becker is the combination for Team USA, who are on 24 points right now. They're a point ahead of Denmark, but significantly, Denmark do have that race in hand. So in this final batch of 4 races, Team Denmark appear in heats 18 and 21. They won't give up hope.
No.
Of a top 2 finish.
Of course not, because it's still mathematically well and truly on. But Leon Madsen is going to have to come to the party if that's the case. He's missed out on the last couple of occasions. They have the quality. Both of these riders are Grand Prix riders, of course. Mikkelsen in next year, and Leon Madsen, he's in this year, but could well rely on a pick for next year, that's for sure. He's not in the top 6. Mikkelsen riding strongly here this evening, but Luke Becker, could he prove something spectacular here and win this? Wow.
Well, I can tell you that if Denmark get 2 7-2s, they will pip Sweden to automatic qualification for Manchester. So there's your simple task, Hans. 2.72s.
They got Sweden in their last ride.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not saying it's easy, but they've made a good start there. Team Denmark, Madsen and Mikkelsen, and they're ahead of the rider in yellow, Luke Becker. My goodness me! Look at this!
Doing?
I can't believe it. And Luke Becker has charged through to the front, and the man in the blue helmet colour, Mikkelsen, clearly shaken up by that. That was
How did he stay on, Nigel?
Absolutely. And now Madsen's in trouble. What is going on here?
Oh, the track's nearly unrideable. Mikkelsen did very well just to stay on board. Blake Barrera, you've got to feel for him out the back. Luke Becker has just charged to the front. I'll tell you what, we'll be struggling for 4 finishes here.
Well, Becker's looking good.
Luke Becker is looking terrific. He's taken the ball by the horns, riding very nicely out in front. At this stage, has got it all under control, but at a couple of moments there, Mikkelsen very nearly got off the back of the bike. We're lifting violently down the straight, and Leon Madsen also struggling to stay on.
Well, it's going to be a 5-4 race advantage for Team Denmark, a 5-4 win there. That means that the USA finished tonight on 28 points. Blake Borello is going to come round and finish the race.
Well done. Well done. I tell you what, he's had to wait all night. It's freezing cold, difficult conditions, and he picks up 4 laps and he completes the race. Well done to him.
Yeah, Blake Borello of the USA. We do like our American riders, certainly on the British scene and throughout Europe. They are very, very popular, charismatic, colourful riders. And let's hope that we see Blake Borello in league racing as well.
Well,
Leon Madsen second, Mikkelsen third, but both Danish riders in deep trouble at one stage there. But USA have finished their outings with 6 raced, 28 points. Denmark are on 28, and it looks like the top 4...
That could be the race-off.
Yeah, could be. Could
that
well
could be a dress rehearsal for the race-off. Leon Madsen not happy. Hans Nielsen going to have a chat with him about that. But both of the Danish riders on 2 different occasions completely out of control here. Mikkelsen, who lifted violently, there he did it again. Look at that, all the way down the straight. That costs him dearly there. Mikkelsen, watch him, he looks over the shoulder, bike's up in the air, and I tell you what, how on earth he stays on. And that's what he did when we had that accident in Voyens with Freddie Lindgren. Very similar scenario. Got to say that is wild. He does well to stay on board, but he goes from first to third. Leon Madsen now also out of shape. He does well to stay on, Nige. Does very well to stay on. Luke Becker is the benefactor of the Danes getting all out of shape. Clearly track conditions very difficult. Leon Madsen.
I thought he was off there. But with Madsen at the back,
32, you're right. 34, 32. It doesn't make any difference, but it could have done.
Yep.
Could have done.
34 for Sweden.
32 to Denmark.
Yep.
We need to see the winner.
Yes, indeed. Not ideal, but there we are.
Poland and Sweden will be joining Great Britain in the Speedway of Nations final in Manchester. There is still 1 spot left. We have Team Denmark and Team USA will be competing in that final qualifier. Hans Nielsen, manager of the team from Denmark, will be choosing now gates. Okay. So who are you going to go with, red one and blue one?
Yeah, we're going to have Mikkel Mikkelsen and Leon Madsen. 1 and 3.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
And we have team manager of Team USA, Steve Evans. So we have not much of a choice, but who will go in white, who will go in yellow?
We'll have Brock Nickel in white, Luke Becker in yellow.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, he'll have hope that they can spring a surprise.
He will indeed, and Luke Becker has ridden well this evening, and he's shown that he has the tenacity and the determination to win races at this level. And Brock Nickel is the one that has found it tough going tonight, but with these conditions, it's a lottery. Anything could happen here in the next 4 laps, and I think Becker's up for this. but second and third beats a win. So you've got to believe that it will favour the Danish team, but Leon Madsen is far from convincing in his last couple of rides. I say the key for America to get through is that man there in the white helmet colour.
Yes, it's hard for Nicol and Becker, two youngsters, and they're up against the European champion in Mikkel Mikkelsen and the former world number 2 in Leon Madsen.
Yes, but when you look at it like that...
The track is a leveller.
Exactly, it's a lottery right now, you're spot on. So the ratings of the two Danish riders, they should breeze it. They should breeze it, but it possibly won't be like that, because we've seen in recent races riders really finding it difficult. And America have put themselves in a good position here, and Denmark with everything to lose, Nigel.
Yeah, it's a bit tense.
Well, the Americans are the underdogs. If they don't make it, then they'll say, OK, great effort, no problem. If Denmark don't make it, then there'll be questions in the house, won't there?
There will indeed, and in many ways, this is what similar to playoffs. Denmark are 4 points better off USA, but could still be beaten by them in one race. It's unlikely on paper, but there are reasons why USA will have some crumbs of comfort and some hope. So it's a big race off coming up. It's the 22nd race of the night, and a place in the Monster Energy FM Speedway of Nations final is on the way. Here we go, it's the qualifier, the race-off. By virtue of the fact that Sweden won 5-4 against Denmark, it means that the Danes have to go into this with Madsen and Mikkelsen, and Nicol and Becker are the USA representatives. We know that Poland and Sweden are already at Bellevue on the 16th and 17th of October, and now it's a straight shootout between Denmark and USA. 4 for a win, 3 for second, 2 for third, nothing for finishing last. We know we cannot have a drawn heat here.
No, we can't, and it's just over 60 seconds to decide who goes through to the Speedway of Nations final in Manchester in a month's time. Denmark, of course, the red-hot favourites here, but the track is difficult, and there's no question that will... It's a little bit of a lottery there. I wondered whether Hans Nielsen was tempted to put his youngster in here, because Leon Madsen has been really struggling in his last 2 outings, and he's failed to score. And he's got to really dig deep now. Brock Nicol under a lot of pressure. Luke Becker really relishing the challenge in here this evening. So we've got real drama here at the end of the night.
Steve Evans trying to stay cool alongside Lawrence Rogers, part of the Team USA setup, all down to one race. How they would dearly love to make it to Manchester. But Denmark, with their rich history of success on the world stage, it's a great start from the Danes. Mikkel Mikkelsen and Leon Madsen. Now, can Madsen ride the line to deliver the goods? But this is such a good start now, and surely it's only going to be an error, pilot error or an engine failure that will stop Denmark joining Sweden and Poland at Bellevue.
Brilliant start from the Danes, Nigel. Got to give them a lot of credit. Leon Madsen in particular, he struggled in his last 2 outings. He really meant business there. Smashing start from Leon, flew away from the tapes. Mikkel Mikkelsen is there right alongside him, and Becker and Brock Nicol just cannot hang with them. They're going through in towards the last lap, 2 laps completed, and Leon Madsen really got his bit between his teeth here.
He's attacking the track.
He's attacking the track, you're right. He's showing great tenacity, and Denmark, with a lap to go, will go through to the Speedway of Nations final.
Well, it's as we thought. When you make pre-meeting predictions, it is Poland, Sweden and Denmark who are going through. A gallant effort by the USA to get into 4th place tonight on 28, and I'm sure we'll see lots more of them going forward. But it's Denmark who joins Sweden and the meeting winners Poland. We now know 4 of the 7 nations for Bellevue and the Monster Energy FM Speedway of Nations finals weekend. We know it's Poland, Sweden, Denmark, and of course the host nation, Great Britain's Speedway team.
Wow, a bit of relief there in the Danish camp. Those are sort of tense moments you'd rather avoid, but you've got to believe that Hans Nielsen's men, when he really needed it, they delivered, but they made him sweat, didn't they, because they slipped up once or twice in the previous races. But there we see the final standings with Poland, Sweden and Denmark going through to Manchester.
37, 34, 32.